Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. It is my pleasure to bring you not an actor, but a writer. This time we have Veronica Roth from the Divergent series, the new film coming out, Insurgent. Actually, you are an actor too, because when I was on set in Atlanta, this lovely woman had an extra part there.
Right.
For you, I mean, now that this is the second movie that's come out from your book series, how interesting is it to watch a visualization come out of this, what was in your head for all these years?
It's very interesting, especially I think with Insurgent, because so much of the movie is kind of these weird, trippy simulations. It's been fascinating to watch it all come together. That's a totally different process, not something that I knew very much about before I got into all this. So it's been really, I don't know, it's really exciting.
And what is it about when we envision the future, there's more trouble than we have now? So I was wondering, as you were writing these books, and now we get to Insurgent, I don't want to give too much away of how the story progresses, but what kind of symbolism were you referring to? What were you trying to cathartically deal with in these books?
Well, I don't know if I really am trying to have any symbols. I think it's a little bit scary to have the pressure of teaching young people. I think that's something that a lot of people kind of expect from young adult fiction, but my interest is only in telling an interesting and compelling story to them. But I do think that what I was exploring, excuse me, is kind of taking Triss's emotional journey and exaggerating it. So she's got a struggle between being a selfless person and a brave person, and then there are these groups that are emblematic of those qualities that are, vying for her attention. So she's trying to figure out who she is in a world that, forces you to very narrowly define yourself. And I found that really interesting. So kind of a very individual struggle made into the personal is political, that kind of thing.
And as with Hunger Games, in this scenario here too, we empower young women. I mean, Harry Potter definitely was a young boy who got to go through these journeys. How important is that for these young girls to have role models like this?
I think it's really important for people to see themselves reflected in media. It can seem like a trivial thing, but until you see yourself as the hero of your own story, I mean, you can feel a little bit like the side character in your own life and in your own world. Like the world doesn't value you. So this is important for young women. It's also important for people of color, people from all different backgrounds to see a little more of. But specifically with Divergent, it seems to be young women focused. But that's something that that's really important to me.
And just a last quick question. This is for the readers, people in Germany watching now. If they've got a book in them, what's the first step they should take?
Write it. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a very simple thing, but a lot of people have ideas floating around in their heads, but what separates someone who just has ideas from someone who makes them into something is the willingness to sit down and work really hard.
Well, congratulations. You've worked really hard, Veronica. I really appreciate your time. And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.